took me a while to get you bounced up there today. It is Wednesday. Yes, let's see. What did I talk about last? Christy was here. We were chit-chatting. Yesterday was the funeral. Going in, we were mentally preparing ourselves. It's never fun seeing a friend in a coffin, that's for sure. When we got there, right, man, I have one big wild ponytail on this side, one tiny dainty one on this side. We got there right when it started, the viewing, and there wasn't hardly anybody in there. And we come in the one side door where there's a ramp. And her mom was sitting there by herself for a minute. I went over and hugged her, and we went up by the coffin, and she was telling me all the different things that were in there. And I asked her if I could put the picture of the four of us in there, and she said, "Of course you can." She had a little framed, Melissa loved The Cure. Loved them. And there was a little framed ticket from when she went and saw them in concert in there. My friend Nikki does Zendangles, whatever, if you know what those are, they're these drawing things. And she had made one for Melissa when she's in the hospital. That was up in the coffin. And then her favorite candies, that she was the last food she ate was in a little baggie next to her. And her little dog that played music from when she was a baby. A couple other little things. I propped us up in front of the little stuffed things. And underneath her hands were a baby blanket, and tucked inside was a sonogram, because she had found out she was pregnant before she got sick. So it's just sad. And saw a couple friends I hadn't seen in a long time, especially Gabe. It was so good seeing Gabe. I keep track of him on Facebook, and he does the same with us, but we haven't actually sat in the same room and talked for years. Same old Gabe. We always made fun of him that he loves Batman. I said, "So have you got it on? Have you penetrated that into your son? He's 4?" He goes, "Oh yes." One of the first things his son learned to do was going, "Na na 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 Batman." I'm like, oh goodness. And we stayed for the viewing and the funeral. And then when they were all going to the cemetery, we got the very back in line, because we had to turn the opposite direction and go to the house and drop off my friend Christy, who then headed home. And then Dad and I had to go about 40 minutes to his doctor's appointment. Probably 30 minutes to his actual appointment. So his knee's looking good. He's got to go back in 3 months. Physical therapy for another 6 weeks, 3 times a week. He had physical therapy today. And we still have a lot of the booze bottles on the counter, and she's like, "Oh, you guys had a little drink, huh?" I said, "Yeah, Sunday night we drank a little." I mainly sipped on Fuzzy Maples all night, so Nikki was the one that hit that hard stuff. I told y'all she drank that 5th. Dad's like, "You're more of a man than I am." That's what he told her. She sat with us at the funeral too. Her and her daughter, who's 12, came. And there was me and Dad and Christy, and then Gabe sat with us. And then another friend of ours, Garrett, he couldn't come. He lives a couple hours away and didn't have the time, the days off, but his sister came for the viewing. She had to go get her son off the school bus. He's got cerebral palsy, I think that's what she said. And so she could only come for a little while. She came over and she goes, "Stacy, right?" I said, "Yes." She hugged me. She goes, "Garrick is taking it pretty hard. He wished he could have come, but he didn't have the time, and he wanted everybody to know he was thinking about, everything." And because he didn't know she was sick. And the night before, I messaged him saying, because I didn't know who she had told, who she hadn't, who knew, who didn't. because there in the beginning she didn't want to tell people because she didn't want to bring attention to herself, and or she didn't want people to think she was looking for attention. And here, like, this is not the kind of thing where people are thinking you're looking for attention. And so when I messaged Garrick, and he didn't even know she was sick, so she'd never told him. So by the time I told him, you know, the next day she passed. So he had to process, oh, my friend's sick, and now she's gone. But after Dad and I got done at the doctor, we got back about 5. We went out to the cemetery to see if we could see maybe where she was at, because I have no clue. Our cemetery isn't tiny, but it's a good size for a small town, so we didn't know which area of the cemetery she was in. And I got there and I called my friend Nikki, but she didn't answer. I was going to say, where in here is she? But I'll figure that out soon enough. I gave her mom and dad money to go towards the headstone. I said, here's an envelope. I said, here, put this towards her headstone. She's like, you don't have to do that. I said, I know I don't have to do that. Me and my dad want to. So, yeah. So yesterday was it went okay. It was just hard, but much easier than seeing her hooked up to all that stuff in the hospital. Oh gosh, that was harder, I think, because at least now I knew she wasn't in any pain anymore. Let's see, today I did a little work, got a deposit ready, got my scooter, went up through the woods into town. My first stop was going to be Rite Aid. I'm going up the hill. I see police car, fire truck. I'm like, maybe Rite Aid caught on fire. I come around the corner and there's a newspaper photographer out there for the larger paper around the area. And I come up alongside him, I look, and I'm like, what happened? He's like, somebody drove through the front automatic doors. It was an older person parking there in a handicapped spot, and they got confused and right in. Luckily nobody was hurt, and just the door. So they were getting all that cleaned up. So I'm like, I guess I'm not going to Rite Aid today. So I went across the street to the bank, and then went over to the Dollar General. That's what everybody was talking about. Somebody drove into the Rite Aid. So I got home and I went over to the grocery store, bought a few, mainly produce, corn, local corn's on, sweet corn, got some of that, 29 cents a ear. I only got 4 ears because it's just Dad and I. We'll eat 2 one time and 2 another time. Because 1 ear of corn's about all. Nowadays, it's about all I can have is an ear of corn. I bought 2 cucumbers, 3 sweet onions. Is that all the produce I bought? Yesterday Dad bought cherries. They had sweet Bing cherries on sale, $1.49 a pound. Over here today, $3.99 a pound. Martin's was having a special, so Dad wanted to get some. So we have like 2 big bags of cherries in the fridge. He got me some turnips because I like to peel them and cut them up and put a little salt on them, eat them like apples. That's all I bought, produce. And yogurt. And then as soon as I got back, the therapist got here. Talked to her for a bit. I like her, she's cool. Now Dad is in there cooking. He's making goulash. He was in the mood. He had me look to see if they had any mushrooms on clearance, and they did not. He got some last week on clearance for 79 cents a box, and they were nice. We're a mushroom household. We love the fungus. So, whenever they're on clearance, we usually buy them. So now I'm getting ready to do billing. I got to email a certificate of insurance to the wastewater treatment plant. Got some new stuff I got to put on my billing sheet. That kind of stuff. Get caught up, because Monday, Tuesday I did no work. None. But back at it today. My cousin's coming tomorrow. He changed it because today I called him this morning going, I need hours. He's like, text Jennifer, who works up at the shop office. She only works there a few hours in the morning every day, and have her give them to you. So she gave them to me, and I talked to her on the phone for a few about some new accounts, and because she didn't work for us for a few months, and now she's back, which is good. I've been babbling for 10.5 minutes about a whole lot of nothing. But I'm going to get to work. I will talk to you all soon. Oh! The humper had a doctor's appointment yesterday. Needs looking good. Cleared to drive. Just be careful, he said. Therapy. I already said this. The next 6 weeks, 3 times a week. But he's looking good. Looking good. Did I already talk about that? I think I did. I'm getting old and senile, people. 11 minutes. Bless you if you made it the whole way. Bye.